Rickett tried to get the handball away. Dowie over the top of it as well. Umpire may come in. No, he calls play on. Cornwall now tries to ride the bump of Forbes. Now the umpire will come in and ball it up.
Cry player on the ground.
Nevada Cornwall.
Got one where it hurts most, I think.
Stand up, Nevermore now. It's his shoulder he's holding as he gets up. I think just in the tackles he got slung. So a ball up in the middle. Tate gets it down. Forbes, who was in the ruck contest, to try and kick it off the ground. Little toe poke. McNamara around the other way. Did well. Now in the middle, Flakemore. Got his hands free and got the handball away. Running through the middle, Dowie. Ricky O'Toole wraps him up, not going anywhere.
Yeah, what a tackle there, you know, for sometimes Ricky gets criticised for hanging off and getting some easy touches, but he puts himself in, and that was a terrific tackle.
So from the ruck contest, well, Werner went up with Tate. So there you go. Now through the middle, Ricky O'Toole, right foot kick, wobbly off the boot. Now goes towards Spence. Gaillard's there as well. Lewis over the top of it as well. Also for Corio on half forward. Comes back towards McNamara. Spence kicked it off the ground. Collins to give McNamara a shepherd. Close to the boundary line. McNamara got a kick away, but only as far as Baxter at half back for Thomson. Chips the ball over the top, over the head of Forbes. Lazarick comes at it. Now Forbes, second effort. Handball, missed the target. McNamara's there. Matthew and also Ashley. Matthew through the middle. Gave it away to Lazarick by hand. Right foot kick around the corner high. Has to stand and wait. Baxter did so. Gaillard put pressure on, but Baxter took the mark at half back. This time he'll want to do a little bit better with the kick. After the last one, missed the target of Forbes. He goes in the middle, looking for O'Connor and Nankervis. Nankervis stands there. Good punch away by King. Front and centre was Riley. Handballed it away to O'Connor. Handball sets Spence up. Handballs it back to O'Connor. Now wants to try and wheel around on the right. Does so off a step towards half forward. McNamara left it for Rickett. Rickett left it for McNamara. And taking the mark was Jones. Got it away to Dowie. Kick on towards Panther, who goes up. Off hands Ruck over the back of the pack. And they'll see it over the boundary line for a throw in. Right forward pocket. Thomson into attack.
That's a much better structure for Thomson with Feldman and Panther out of the goal square, Laurie. I think that was their success in the last quarter last week. And
well, that was a good build-up, wasn't it? Just didn't quite hit the target, but it was the right way to go about the job.
So ball thrown in, forward pocket for Thomson. No player, McNamara pushes it out. Toe poke there by Rickett. Players falling on top of one another. I think it'll go to the Corio man on the bottom. Wait and see who it is as he gets from the ground. It was Matt McNamara. His handball put his teammate in a bit of trouble, Ricky O'Toole, but he's good enough with some support. Over to Bingham, back to Ricky O'Toole. Now he'll kick long, hooks it back around the body, but Terry Nankervis attacks the footy, runs into goal on the left. Oh, Ricky O'Toole, fantastic. Robbed him, the old basketball steal, as the ball comes off the boot there of Bingham to Lazarick in the middle of the ground. Lazarick now, his players running out wide. Not too sure which way to go. Just finally chips it over the top. Has found Rickett in the middle. Now he goes. Kicks it towards the half-forward flank. McNamara, Ashley in front of the pack. Takes the mark all too easily. He kicks the ball now. Back towards centre half-forward. Gaillard there. He can't take the mark. Picked up by Daniels. Handball to absolutely nobody. It's all Corio back there as Werner. Handball to Lazarick. Lazarick now chips it out to Ricky Bingham. He's run all the way from half-back flank. Completely unattended. Now he chips an underground pass, looking for teammate there in Collins. Over to McIntosh. He's hooked it around, almost came back enough, but not quite. A behind off the boot there of Ashley McNamara. Takes the score to 15-13, 103 for Corio. Thomson 2-7-19. It's Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 4 minutes gone.
So Armstrong from fullback for Thomson. Pick it up and kick it long, I think. Comes towards the half-back flank looking for Forbes and Feldman. Lewis there as well. Big pack, front and centre was O'Connor, was good. Robbed of the footy though by Ashley McNamara. In the middle still O'Connor. Over the shoulder said the umpire will get the free kick. He has to go behind his mark. That was a bit fancy, I think. Ran past the umpire and pushed him out of the way. You don't do that. Well, and then let him do it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Gives it away by hand to Baxter. Goes towards half forward. King off the back of the pack. Ricky O'Toole. Handball to Werner. Runs away. Left foot kick towards centre half forward. Coming at it was Edwards. Falls to the back towards Manning. Gets his hands free and then dropped the footy. Umpire said play on. Comes back towards Manning. Now free kick. I think that might have been the square up for missing the holding the ball. Baxter will take the free kick in the last line of defence for Thomson. Got Flakemore, Spence and also Forbes out there wide at half back. Spence takes the mark. Goes with the right foot kick lead on by Jones. Sits and waits at the back, gets a right foot kick away towards centre half forward. Hood runs at it, might end up picking it up. Hayes was there, Bigham on hands and knees, fighting hard for it, gets the handball away. Towards Hayes again, Jones in the middle as well. Goes towards Nankervis, sets Hood up. Will drop the footy. Lazarick throws him out of the way. Handball. Turnover now to Lewis in the middle for Corio. Goes towards centre half forward. Aitchison got a hand to it. Sat for Gaylard. Better though. Cy Gaylard lines him up from 45 metres out. Drops short. Coming at it also was Judd Gaylard. Comes towards the front of the pack. Baxter gives it away to Edwards. He goes the right foot kick towards Forbes on centre wing. Got a bit of time now. Werner comes at him. He needs to get around him. He gets the handball away to Flakemore. He has to get around McNamara. Does so on centre wing. Chips the ball towards O'Connor. King comes the other way. And also there, Tate. He runs through and does very well to throw it over the boundary line, Tatey.
Well disguised.
And out of bounds for a throw in half forward. Thomson into attack. So 15-13, 103 Corio. They lead Thomson 2-7-19. Boundary throwing goes towards Ricky O'Toole. Handball was chopped off. Now Lazarick over the top of it as well. Now McNamara gives it away to Tate, who runs through the big ruckman. Left foot kick towards centre half forward. Aitchison with his name written on it. Gaylard comes at him, but he takes the mark. Just inside the centre square at centre half back. Armstrong runs off, so he gives it away to him. Now he takes a bounce through the middle. From centre wing, goes with the right foot kick. Great kick for distance. Ruck in front. Oh, it does very nicely. And has definitely taken the points over Panther today. Gives it away by hand to Ricky Bigham. Gives it away to Hayes by foot, half back. Chips the ball to Lewis in the middle. He chips the ball further afield to Werner. Takes the mark on his bootstraps. Goes to the left foot kick towards half forward. Aitchison comes out. Gaylard's there. Tries to tap it on.
Well.
Drew it back in. The umpire says, held to him. Ball up, centre half forward. Corio into attack.
He did well, Cy Gaylard there, Laurie.
Yeah.
Numbers against him, but at least he controlled the footy back in.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that Shane Stone said. They didn't work hard enough in their forward line to keep it in, but they didn't get it down there, I didn't think.
So Gaylard from the ruck contest, little toe poke out. Baxter leads in the race to the footy, got rid of it. O'Toole and Collins close to the boundary line. And over for a throw in. 45 metres around from goal.
The obvious point since quarter time, Laurie, every time there's a Corio player going for the footy, there's another player running in support of him.
Yeah, well, that's been they've done that since, as you said, since the start of the second quarter, and it's been very, very effective. And it's a good way to play footy because you've got the numbers of the footy all the time.
From the ruck contest, Lazarick did it very nicely, got it down towards Collins, lead on from Rivet, goes in there, can't take it with him. Second effort from the big man was pretty good. He left it in the end for Lazarick, who followed up now. Roberts runs at it as well, not going to get it away from Lazo that quickly, and held up 30 metres out from the Corio goal. Will have a ball up. So 8 minutes played, final term. Ball up, Rivet and Forbes. Rivet takes it out of the ruck contest, Nelly. Now falls towards Lazarick, left it behind the footy. Over the top of it, Aitchison. Now O'Connor, rugby scrum. The umpire will come in and ball it up once again.
That's pretty ugly.
It's not good, but it's good to Corio point of view, though, Eric. They're certainly keeping it in there forward 50.
So Rivet gets it down from the ruck contest. Roberts, quick kick. Collins, Flakemore running at it, wrapped up by Rickett, not going anywhere. The umpire will come in and ball it up at centre half forward for Corio.
Get out of there, Chad. Tatey saying, get back in your spot.
Big pack around the ball as the umpire throws it up on 50. Forbes gets it down. Ashley McNamara got a hand to it. O'Connor and Tate, the two number ones, fight for it. On hands and knees. Gaylard through the middle, Judd. Now back towards Forbes on hands and knees also. He threw it to Riley and the umpire saw it. It was lucky he did. Now it goes to Rickett. He goes towards the lead of Potter over his head. And Daniels and Rivet. Can the big man keep it in? Yes, he can. And falls towards Daniels. No, he can't. It's out of bounds, off hands. A boundary throwing right forward pocket, Corio into attack.
Potter missed the mark because the sun got in his eyes.
Hasn't been out all day.
Not used to it.
He needs the sunnies.
So boundary umpire puts the ball in for the forward pocket. Oh, taken out of the ruck was Cy Gaylard off the left foot. Had a pot shot, kicked his third behind. 3 goals, 3 is his contribution for the day. 15-14, 104 Corio. Lead Thomson 2-7-19. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 10 minutes gone. And Laurie, it's hard to see what Thomson can do even to get some sort of credibility in their performance now, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't see the coach appeal for it, but I just can't see because the same thing's continuing. Corio have got all the momentum, they've got all the players at the drop of the footy. Thomson don't know where to go with it. The players have lost confidence, they're not making leads.
So Sabali Armstrong now chips it to 60 metres out to the mark of Marcus Forbes. Half-back flank for Thomson, runs on quickly, kicks it long, over the centre. That is a good kick with the bruise, but terrific defensive work by Hayes there. Puts the big fist into the footy. Chipped over the top by Flakemore. Can't find a teammate in Feldman for Thomson on half-forward flank, and the ball drifts over the boundary line once again. But Corio, even in the back half, Laurie, they're doing the disciplined things. They're not in position to mark, so they're putting the fist into the footy. And
they've done that most of the day. Kingy started off and even had a very good first quarter up back, and it's continued all day. The other things that are important from the backman's point of view.
So from the throw in, the ball stayed within a group of players, not able to come out. Umpire will now put the ball in the air between wing and half forward flank for Thomson, kicking to the western end. Tate again, dominating the ruck all day, gets the ball to ground, picked up by Lewis. On the left foot, goes over the head of Werner there, leading towards the boundary line, and lands just inside the field of play and drifts over once again. So ball now forward of the centre wing for Corio, kicking against the breeze in this final quarter. Shane Manning comes off for a rest, and Nevada Cornwall comes back onto the field. So Corio going so well, Laurie, that they can just rotate their top players.
Yeah, that's probably a good move. Gives everyone a bit of a run. It's cold out there, so.
So the ball now thrown in once again. Big pack of players there. Tate again gets back and gets the tap to ground. Comes through to Lewis. Kicks out of the middle of the pack. Picking it up as O'Connor. Handball quickly over the top. Finds a teammate out there in Edwards. Comes back to O'Connor. Goes around intercepting Ricky O'Toole. Umpire says not 15. Well, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't like to buy any land if that wasn't 15. I reckon it carried 30 metres.
I think it was touched off the boot.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Yep.
Didn't see that call.
Yep.
That's why I apologise.
I think Ricky asked him why it wasn't a mark, and he said it was touched, and he said, oh, okay.
Fair enough. So the ball now out of bounds, comes in once again. Ricky Lazarick taps it forward. Overrunning the footy there is a number of players. Finally by hand, it comes back to Lazarick, to Lewis. He finally puts the foot to the football inside the forward 50. Comes to Roberts at the back of the pack. Back to the middle of the ground. Forbes dropped the mark. Plays on quickly. Hooks it towards centre half forward for Thomson. In front there is good work, Ricky Bigham on that occasion ahead of Troy Feldman. As the ball is pushed toward the boundary and over in front of the social club here at Thomson. 13 minutes gone, final quarter. 15-14. Corio lead Thomson 2-7.
So Andrew throw in. Forbes makes his way down there against Tate. Falls short for Tate. Gets it down past Spence. McNamara and Bigham. McNamara kicks it off the ground. Ruck comes at it. Close to the boundary line. Probably should have taken it over in the end because he kicked it into the change rooms and out of bounds on the full. So Thomson with the free kick at half back. Marcus Forbes with it. Down the line towards half forward. Good kick for distance. 3 Corio players there. Ricky O'Toole said mine, mine, mine. And it was. He took the mark. He chips the ball over the top towards Lewis in the middle. Takes the mark. Uncontested. Now running off half back. McNamara Matthew. Can't take the mark. Needs to get around Panther. Does so. Handball back inboard to Kane Hayes. Got Lewis in support. Left it for Lewis in the end, who ran through the line. Goes with a right foot kick. Tumbling punch, but chopped off by Edwards, who takes the mark in the last line of defence. Goes towards Forbes. He'll be going to be under pressure from 3 players. He better be good here. At the back, Forbes. He leaves it. Gets it in the end. Tate gives it away by hand to Ashley McNamara. Brings it back with a right foot. Kicks the goal.
That's incredible.
Ashley McNamara. That was going towards the point post before the wing got it. And through for a goal. His second of the afternoon. And for Corio, their 16th. They go to 16-14, 110. They lead Thomson 2-7-19. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 14 and a half minutes played.
3/4 time, other games. GDFL, Belpost Hill 13-10 lead East Geelong 7-7. Bannockburn 7-7, Trail Belmont Lions 9-6. Anarchy 5-3, Trail Winchelsea 15-20. North Geelong 4-7, Trail Werribee Centrals 12-4. And Geelong West 4-9, Trail Inverleigh 12-9. So we're back in the middle. with the umpire. 15 minutes final quarter. Ball goes up. Gee, not a great throw up, but the ball tapped forward. Running onto the ball there is Collins for Corio. Picked up and pushed forward. Picked up by Cornwall. Handball to Collins once again. Running through the middle. Kicks it towards half forward. Oh, attacking the football was Potter. Handball to Werner. And Werner up the left foot to full forward. At the back is Chad
He's got
Ribbon.
good skills for a big man, I tell you.
They missed the mark. It actually touched off the boot. So kicked it through the middle. Chad Ribbon unfortunately touched off the boot, only behind. 2 goals, 2 off his boot. 16 goals, 15, 111 Corio.
He'd go pretty good if it was a round ball, wouldn't he? Basketball.
Thomson 2-7-19 Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Final quarter scoreboard, 16 minutes gone.
You murdered me one night, I'll give you the tip. Kick in, Daniels. Oh, geez, that's a fair kick from Stevie Daniels, 60 metres. Forbes takes the mark, point to the centre square at half back, goes to centre half forward. Nankervis over the back, big and punched it away. Hayes and also Rickett are there. Rickett doubles back, chips the ball towards Gaillard's side. Takes the mark at centre half back, goes out looking for Lewis. Takes the mark, handballs it towards Cornwall. Oh, Nevada picked his head up a little bit early then and then chips the ball beautifully to Chris Baxter. Unfortunately, he plays for Thomson. At half back.
That's terrible.
He goes into the middle. Dowie takes the mark. Told to hold, so he will. In the middle of the ground. Called to play on now. Terrible kick off the boot through the hands of Jones. In the end, all Hayes held on to. Umpire said yes. Free kick, Kane Hayes.
He's done a great job on Hood, hasn't he?
Centre half back, got the footy. Goes well, chopped off by Nankervis. He was going to Collins, I think, but Nankervis chopped the footy off. He just chips the football up for Panther, who goes up.
Oh, that's a great
good mark in front of McNamara. And we'll shoot for goal from 45 metres out. And
he's been well held today, but he is a quality player. There's no doubt about that. You can see that, Mac is a pretty good full-back, and, he had beautiful pair of hands there, positioned himself beautifully. They haven't gone to him properly, have they, today?
No. The amazing part, they've taken Danny Ruck, put him in the forward half, and it's one of the rare marks that Panthers actually got.
Right foot kick off the boot. And through for a goal, I think. It is.
Yep.
Ross Panther has kicked his first. And the first for Thomson since the first term. It is their third. They go to 3-7-25. They trail Corio 16-15, 111. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 18 minutes played.
There was just no animation from the Thomson forwards. I didn't think it'd gone through, actually. But
no, I didn't think of that either. But there sort of wasn't any urgency from the Corio blokes either. I think they knew it was all over the line.
So we await the ball to be back in the hands of the central umpire, which it now is. And players are going from hither and thither at the moment. They're each end there again. This time in the rucks, Burner gets the tap down, picked up by Cornwall to Judd. Gaillard takes the mark on 50. He kicks the ball quickly to the lead there of Ribbit. Unfortunately, Thomson player in Baxter dropped the mark, and also I think he's okay. The ball back to the middle of the ground. Dowie takes the mark, chips it towards centre wing. Rickett, well, he does well to put the contest on there, gets it to Ricky O'Toole. He eludes the tackle. Now he runs clear. Runs to 50. Be a great goal from there, but he's kicked it low into the bruise. Roberts in front, backs himself and takes the mark for Thomson. Runs away, Rivet after him. Now he's got himself in bother, back towards the middle of the ground. Good work there by Werner. Crum picked up by Ricky O'Toole. Back on the left foot. Low skimming pass. Unfortunately doesn't find the mark. Lewis has tackled out the footy. Gaillard goes to ground. Picked up by Forbes of Thomson. Over to Armstrong. Armstrong now to O'Connor. Back to Forbes, who's running. And this is better, Thomson. They kick the ball long to the lead of Troy Feldman. Unfortunately, the kick doesn't quite get there. He's beset upon by Ricky Bingham. The whole lot go over the boundary line for a throw-in in front of the Social Club. But that was a little bit of purpose. Laurie and the Thomson take the ball forward.
Yeah, definitely, Eric. There's no doubt about that. Look, I think they've got to get more out of Forbesy. You've got to play him in his mission where he's getting more use. He's running free now and he's getting more touch of the footy. He's a quality player.
So in the ruck, Forbes, well, he and Ruck both missed the ball, comes to ground, picked up there by O'Connor, charges through a couple of tackles. Ball finally into the arms of Cy Gaillard on the left foot towards centre wing. Manning back on the ground, attacks the footy, comes back across the middle, has Ricky O'Toole there. Comes back, Riley comes back on him, O'Toole. Handball to advantage of Ruck. Ruck now runs to forward 50, puts the ball on the boot low, looking for, well, he was looking for Rivet at the back of the pack, Judd Gaylard. He can't get back to pick the footy up. Potter does well, although he's tackled there by a couple of opponents. Gets a handball clear, Judd Gaylard perched on top of the footy off. Potter again comes clear with the footy, picked up this time by Rivet. Has a pot shot of goal, but it's off target. Picked up there by Baxter, looking for the safety of the boundary, and oh goodness, I think it might be off the boot.
Yeah, it is.
Sabali Armstrong, boundary umpire Johnny on the spot, and no, you can't go on, son. It's out. Sabali Armstrong can't believe it, but it certainly looked like the ball did come off his foot, and that was unfortunate. So the ball now with Collins for Corio. It's a good kick into the Breeze, although the Breeze might have dropped a fraction. Off the hands comes to O'Connor. Nice handball out to Hood. Hood to the middle of the ground with a long kick. Nankervis attacks the footy for Thomson. They've got numbers out there. Oh, Matty King, he does the professional free kick, I guess you could pay there. As he held up the run of the Thomson side by giving the free kick away, and allows the Corio players now to run back strongly as Nankervis kicks across the centre of the ground. Leading forward and taking the strong chest mark is Troy Feldman ahead there of Ricky Bigham. Outside 50, low into the Breeze. The lead has come there from Noel Riley, and takes a strong mark overhead. Surely, well, he kicked the ball in from the goal square at the other end earlier in the quarter, reached the centre. The man on the mark's now 35 metres from goal. I would think distance shouldn't be a problem for Riley as he moves in. Not a bad looking kick. He's gone across the face of goal, got the distance easily, but only a behind. So it's really not Thomson's day. Behind to them, 3 goals, 8-26. They trail Corio 16-15, 111 Buckley's Entertainment Centre. Final quarter scoreboard, 22 minutes gone.
Kicking by Cornwall. He would have been the first choice I would have had, but anyway, it gets there to Werner, who takes a bounce and runs away at centre wing, goes with a left foot kick, drives it long towards Judd Gaylard, can't take the mark up against Edwards. Can he get around him though? He's at 50, wheels around, kick back inboard looking for Manning. Does it sit for him? No, Aitchison the other way, did well. Then he chips the ball to O'Connor at 50 defensively, goes towards centre wing. Armstrong coming at him, Ashley McNamara. Have to sit and wait. He's got Flake more further afield, but he just holds it up now. Goes long with a kick towards Feldman. And also Dowie puts his hands up off the back of the pack. Feldman's there, wrapped up by Cornwall straight away. Close to the boundary line, handball over the top to Forbes and Bigham. Happy to see it over the boundary line. And through. So a boundary throw in now. Half forward flank. Thomson into attack.
Tim Gardner, where has he been on the bench this first quarter?
You might be right. From the boundary, throw in. Lazarick got it down to Rickett, who gets a shepherd, takes 2 bounces, backs himself, goes with a right foot kick, drills it towards Ashley McNamara, got a hand to it, got a couple against him, Thomson players, and he did pretty well in the end, McNamara, and he's fighting hard for it. He gets a kick away.
Well
Great
done,
play
Ashley.
towards the 10-metre square. No mark taken. Dragged back in by Potter. Needs to be good now. Rivet handball was pretty slick to Ashley McNamara. Finish it off. You deserve it. He has. Great goal,
Well done, Ashley.
McNamara. Great work. And that is great play from half forward to follow it up. He had 2 Thomson players against him, got the kick in towards the 10-metre square, and then got the handball back and kicked his 3rd of the afternoon. And for Corio, that is their 17th. They go to 17-15, 117. They lead Thomson 3-8-26. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard.
Laurie, Jason Core, like he beat 2 on the boundary line, kicked it 50 metres, and then ran to the drop of the footy. That was just sensational running.
Oh, that's sensational, and as Jason Cooley certainly deserved a goal there, and that's the sort of thing that certainly please Ricky O'Toole, because they're probably their lesser known players in the team and doing all the hard things, and that's a good quality because that's putting pressure on the players in the side. You've got to remember you've got Barry O'Toole to come back in this side, and you know, someone unfortunately is going to miss out, and I know one thing for sure, they won't ever like they did last year. It won't be Vernon, it won't be those kids. They'll all be in the team, I can guarantee you right now.
Yeah, they've got a few bobs up today, Hayes. And,
yeah, well, he's a good player, Eric.
Yeah, Collins, they've all had a great day. It's the ball back in the middle, ball thrown up. Werner doing the ruck work, handball comes to Ricky O'Toole, runs a fair distance, kicks it long to full forward. Big pack of players back there, McNamara again, reading it pretty well. Judd Gaylard tried to get the handball out. Potter, he's dispossessed, he's tackled Riley. Too high, said the umpire. Advantage paid to Todd McLeod. Surely that's not an advantage, umpire. But the ball toward the boundary. Picked up by Collins for Corio. Back into the corridor. And Lewis takes a strong mark overhead.
He's out in his own
got
there.
Toby Lindsay away out there. He hasn't seen him yet. He's tipped it short to Danny Ruck, who's going to take the mark on 50. Perhaps not such a good angle, but now he chips it a little bit further. Lewis has done well. He kicked the footy. Now he's run on 50 metres, and this has been indicative of Corio. They just run, and they've really run.
Well, his work ethic's been very good today, Lewis.
Extremely good, yeah. Been a great asset to them. As he now will move in, it'll be a very good goal if he gets it. Man on the mark, 35 out. It's a lovely kick from Lewis. Hit the post. So most unlucky. Great kick, deserved a goal. 17 goals, 16, 118 is Corio. 3826 is Thomson. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 26 minutes gone.
So Armstrong with the football at fullback. Forbes gives him a lead. He goes in that direction, unloads the torpedo punt, 65 metres. Goes towards Werner, tapped it down, did well. Needs some support though. Thomson had the numbers, goes towards Edwards. Ruck now, kick off the ground. Back towards Roberts. Manning comes onto it as well. Shepherds, for Ruck again, loses the footy. Roberts tackle, kick off the ground. Goes back towards Dowie at half back. Handball to Riley. Runs through centre wing. Right foot kick is okay. Finds Nankervis unattended. In the middle of the ground, Panther and Feldman, 2 out. He goes in that direction now. McNamara from behind, punched away, goes towards Bigham. Feldman, toe poked, or tried a fresh air shot. Second effort, got wrapped up. Did he get a high tackle? Yes, he did. And Troy Feldman will take the free kick.
I think about Matty McNamara. When you get a kick, you earn it.
35 metres out directly in front, Troy Feldman. Kick 3 behinds this afternoon. Chance to put the 4th goal of the day for Thomson on the scoreboard. He comes in now kicking in the western end. And he's done just that. So his first, and Thomson go to 4-8-32. They trail Corio 17-16, 118. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 27 minutes played.
Well, it's been a long time coming, Laurie, hasn't it? That's 2 goals in this last quarter. They've just been completely overwhelmed by Corio. And
yeah, they've been outplayed all over the ground today, Eric. And those goals, I think, are probably coming now because they've just taken their foot off the pedal a little bit, I think.
Yes, let's hope the Thomson runner doesn't go into the centre square now. Been penalised once in the quarter. No, he's doing the right thing coming around the corner as the ball back with the central umpire. 27.5 minutes gone, final quarter. I guess the end can't come soon enough for Thomson now as the ball goes in the air once again from the umpire. Up high is Burner. Lovely tap down. Intercepted by O'Connor, but he's intercepted by both Lazarick and O'Toole. I don't think you're going too far when those two tackle you.
No, you're not going anywhere.
And the ball will be put in the air once again. A secondary ball up. Now players, of course, can all come into the centre square, which they've done. Big pack of players around the footy. Up high, Burner. Lovely tap down to Lewis. Lewis goes, off the side of the boot to Rickett. He eludes a tackle, eludes a second tackle. Now gets the foot to the footy, looking for and will find Ricky O'Toole. Outside 50, he's looking to hand the ball off, as he finally does now, as Rick Lazarick comes through strongly, kicks it long. Although the wind's got that, still a bit of bruise there. Fell straight into the arms there of Chris Baxter for Thomson. Back into the corridor at centre half back to O'Connor. O'Connor out wide, looking for Hood and takes the mark on his chest. Hood now back across the ground. Goodness gracious, they're going backwards and forwards, but they are controlling possession. Armstrong by hand to O'Connor. O'Connor out wide to Forbes. They've gone backwards and forwards here, all over the place, and they've only gone 60 metres forward. Now Forbes kicks it long. That's where it should be going, right to the head of the goal square. Off hands, Matt McNamara tackle high, and will take the free kick. He's got Lewis on his own out wide, sees him and chips it there. Now he's got Hayes, who's run forward, and well, finally does see him. He's chipped it over the top now to Hayes, takes the mark. Well, I thought could have been called to play on there, but he chips the ball to the lead now. It's come from Cornwall in the middle of the ground, and just possession football for Corio. Lewis over to Hayes again by hand. The kick towards half forward. Lazarick attacks the footy. He's tackled high also, and Rick Lazarick will take the free kick. Plays on quickly to Hayes. Terrible kick from Hayes. Mark, well,
that's a good mark. That's a mark.
That's Ricky O'Toole. One hand absolutely held, and takes the mark. He kicks it wide, looking for Werner. He takes the footy as the siren sounds for the completion of our match day live here at Thomson. The final scores reading Thomson, the home side, 4-8-32, have been defeated by Corio 17-16, 118.
In that final term, Corio kicked 2 goals 4. Thomson managed 2 goals 1. 17-16, 118. Corio defeated Thomson 4-8-32. The goal kickers for Corio, 4 to Jed Potter, 3 each to Cy Gaylard, Shane Manning and Ashley McNamara, and 2 goals to Chad Rivet, singles to Sean Lewis and Scott Werner, while for Thomson, singles to Troy Feldman, Ross Panther, Terry Nankervis and Brett Dowie. But a big win to the Devils, 17-16, 118, defeating the Tigers 4-8-32. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our final summary. Thanks to Australian Treaded Pine this afternoon, our wrap of the day in football. And we'll have the Carrington Hotel Player of the Day, and we'll have the coach of the Corio Football Club, Ricky O'Toole, in the box talking to us after this break on 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.